Hear ye, hear ye.
Really?
It is the clash at thine castle.
Really? This is what we're doing.
It's what we doing.
This is not what we're doing.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Good.
Wait a minute, I'm trying to stay with the theme of the show. Clash at the castle.
No, we're not.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About. This time, we talking about the pay-per-view from this past weekend.
Hold up. Before you get started, it is not a pay-per-view.
Oh, my bad. According to Chips, though, it might be pay-per-view soon. He changed everything. Well, right now, it's a premium live event from Wales. It was Clash at the Castle.
Carter. And I came in here with high expectations of this show, and it did not disappoint for me. Now, a lot of people might trip on it because, this person didn't debut, or this person didn't debut, because, there's a lot of rumors. But to me, it was a great show.
Yeah,
I loved it.
It was solid from top to bottom. Now, we didn't get the title changes and different things like that a lot of people were expecting. But really, what it reminded me of, it's like a glorified house show.
Yeah. It was something because, they haven't done a pay-per-view in the UK since what?
1992. Matter of fact, yeah, in that area, because, they had Insurrection.
Yeah.
In the mid-2000s, but that really didn't count. That wasn't a pay-per-view. But yeah, since the 92 SummerSlam, everybody remember Bret Hart versus British Bulldog?
And they did show that during the pay-per-view. They did show, highlights, and they had Bret Hart and they had the family of the British Bulldog, which was kind of dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's get into it. The first match was Bianca Belair, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss versus Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. And the last three, they call themselves Damage Control. So, yeah.
I'm going to say, real talk, it's good to see, they're not fresh faces, but they're fresh faces as far as today's product, because it gives a different feel. The match itself, to me, was so you can tell they were kind of building it for Bianca to come in and make her superstar save. But
it did not happen like it. They lost, Bianca and them lost, which I'm kind of biased a little bit because I'm not the biggest Bianca Belair fan. I know she's good in the ring and all that. I just don't like her character for many reasons, which I won't go into right now. But Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai got the win, which I thought they needed it more than Bianca and Asuka and Alexa Bliss, because Bianca's still the champion. Asuka and Alexa Bliss, I think they could take a loss here. I didn't think Bayley and them could take a loss, especially after Io Sky and Dakota Kai lost on Monday night.
Yeah. So
I think this was the better result, and it's probably going to lead to Bianca Belair and Bayley going into a program for that belt. So to me, this was the better. Bayley and them was the better choice for them to win, and the match was so-so for me. 1 to 5, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest, which was great for this matchup.
I love my girls, but I'm going to have to give them a 2.5.
Ooh, I gave them a 3.
You gave them a 3?
I did. I gave them a 3.
Mainly because, me, I'm biased. I don't like the outcome. But it did take 3 finishes to take Bianca out, so it's not like they made her look weak.
They didn't make her look weak. I mean, like you said, to me, she looked very impressive.
Yeah.
And, like I said, it was a good result because I think they needed it, and I think Bayley needed it going into a program with Bianca Belair. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
I liked it.
I give it that. And I like Bayley's character now. It seems like her character's gone through another reboot. I still like heel Bayley better than I like face Bayley. So we'll see where this goes.
All right, man. And then the next matchup, going into match number 2 of it was night for them, but it was during the day for us. But Gunther versus Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship. Oof. And let me tell you, to me, match of the night.
Yes. It was one of those classic. We finna go in here. We finna be stiff, and we finna just throw hands. More so chops than hands.
Oh man!
But from Gunther, that is. But Sheamus did get him with them beats of the Bowery a lot.
Yeah.
Like they was hammering.
Yeah.
It was. Ooh.
Oh, this match was hard hitting. In the beginning of the match, man, Gunther was just tearing Sheamus apart. And I remember we was watching it. You like, man, Sheamus, get some offense in.
Yeah, I mean, he was hamburger meat before the first 5 minutes.
Hamburger helper.
Dang, and everybody knows Sheamus' skin tone. So any bruise, any laceration, anything is visible, and you can see like those chops did some work. Like his chest probably gonna be messed up for at least another 2-3 weeks.
Man. Also, Gunther did win this, but we're not going to overlook the fact that Emporium is back.
Yes. Finally, this needed to happen. I was mad when he broke him up, but we already know, Vince's mindset when it came to NXT talent and the structure they had. But Gunther and Imperium, it's like they balance each other out.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. Like the whole him making Kaiser his whipping boy and all of that, like that was nah.
I'm glad they did this, even though there's only 3 of them. Everyone knows there was a 4th member, Alexander Wolf, and he got released. I think he's doing wrestling overseas right now in Germany. I know he's in the Germany Wrestling Federation,
okay,
and he's in some other company too. So he's overseas, but
Wolf was alright for me. I honestly don't see it as that much of a loss. No offense to Alexander, I liked him in what was that, Sanity?
Yeah,
he was alright in Sanity too, but I could never. I never latched on, and maybe that's just me.
All right, one match rating. 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest.
Oh, that's a 5. 5 times 2. Like,
okay,
that's
5. Yeah. Agree.
That was nice.
Oh man,
that was nice.
Good, like hard hitting, old school type wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
That I like.
Smash mouth, baby, and it may not be for everybody. Some people, were saying that it was a little bit too brutal, too gruesome. But I mean, if you put Sheamus and Gunther in a match, you're not going to expect anything less.
Yeah.
Anything, they not finna come out here and do cruiserweight moves.
And Triple H paired them up for a reason.
Yes.
So, okay.
And that's the result.
So the next match on the card, the SmackDown Women's Championship, Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler. And me and my co-host, Tez, before this match, or I can say kind of the beginning of this match, we was asking each other, who you think gonna win? And did you pick Shayna, right?
I picked Shayna.
And I said I wanted Shayna to win, but I knew Liv would win because I think they're gonna go with the underdog girl that shouldn't really even have this belt. Like she's fourth, like they're gonna make her the ultimate underdog that's gonna get by from the skin of her teeth. Whether it's Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam with that finish or Shayna Baszler with this finish, they're going to make her the scrappy underdog, and I think they're going to do that until like that luck runs out.
Yeah.
So I knew I wanted Shayna Baszler to win too, but I knew that they're going to go for that underdog, scrappy, like by the skin of her teeth champion, and I think it's going to run out sooner than you think.
It is because again, the whole you only live once and all that. Like you got the nice catchphrases, and she's got the appeal, but
dude, she got that underdog because they're building her as like the underdog that the people love, and through will, like you said, you only live once, and through hell and high water.
Yeah,
we're gonna get it done. So, like, I like it, but there's only so much you can do with that.
Yeah, because at some point, even like if y'all remember the Daniel Bryan thing, the B+ player role. Mm-hmm. At some point, when he got to the top, okay, it's like so you're no longer the B+ player. Now you at the top. What you finna do now? And his character had to evolve, and he had to find new footing. And when it's time for her to find new footing, that's really where we're going to see what she's made of. Because Yeah, she's not gonna be able to follow on that. This has always been my dream. This is this is that. Okay, you here now.
Yep.
What we doing?
Yep. And then I don't think the match is gonna go the same way either. That I think like I said, it could be a Survivor Series. It could be at Extreme Rules coming up in Philly. Wink, wink. I think that's another pay-per-view that can allow her to get a weapon and barely beat somebody. And let you know.
Yeah, I mean, she might hold on to it till WrestleMania or the Rumble.
Depends on who she's fighting at this event, too.
If you look at the SmackDown roster, the women's roster, I mean,
is she gonna go through Ronda, Shayna Baszler, and Charlotte Flair?
That's right. Charlotte got it. Well, I don't see it get back on Charlotte for a while. Because if Charlotte came back and went straight back into the title picture, bruh, do you know the outrage that will come?
Yeah.
But I really think about that female roster. Who do you think would be next on SmackDown?
Raquel Rodriguez? Would they move her? But I know she got the tag team titles.
I'm about to say she in that picture. Her and Aaliyah.
Natalia? I can see that being next.
The boat.
I can see her getting beat.
Yeah,
it could be another victory for Liv, and it's not gonna hurt Natalia.
Yeah, I mean, Natalia's almost like bulletproof now. Like she come out there, put on a good match, lose, and nobody really think either way. And I think Natalia's been put in the workhorse role now. Like she's that go-to. Like basically, she's like Dolph now. She's that go-to person that can take a L. And no matter what, their characters, they're going to be, bulletproof. But the problem is, like Ziggler, and, I'm still a fan. For all of you to know, I'm still a fan. But it's like the sad part is when you're put in that role, nobody expects you to be a threat. And if they don't see you as a threat, then it's one of those pay-per-view matches like, we know who's going to win. So I'm going to fast forward. Or I'm not going to watch it. Because you already know.
Yeah. So, Liv Morgan wins the match. And match rating time.
Honestly,
yeah. Give it to me.
I'm gonna give it a 2.5 again.
Wow.
I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
I'm gonna go a little bit higher than you. I'm gonna give it a 2.7.
You that dude on the Price is Right.
What?
I mean, the creative way that they finish the match, I give them that.
Yeah.
But it's just that match didn't do it for me, and it's more so probably the chemistry that they really don't have. And I know Liv is still learning too, but I've seen Shayna have some bangers in NXT and even on the main roster when they let her go. And I don't know, this just wasn't one of those matches, man.
Well, next match on the card is going to be Rey Mysterio and Edge with Dominic Mysterio on that side versus Judgment Day with Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley on that side. And this is probably the most talked about segment, the aftermath of the match, because the match was okay for me.
Yeah.
It was, it was a so-so match, but it's the after the match that got everybody talking about this particular match.
Oh yeah, because it was trending online. Like, this was the moment that everybody's been waiting for. People been waiting on this for over a year, because we love the Mysterios. The whole father and son thing. Everybody, the good wholesome, the first father and son tag team champions. Everybody loved that story. But at the same time, just like most second generation superstars, Dominic's gonna have to find his own way. And sometimes carrying the second generation name like Charlotte Flair, for example, it works. But even in her storyline, she split away from Rick to do her own thing. And with Dominic, this was his time to do his own thing. And you know what? He did it with style.
Took him out.
It's like
a JBL type clothesline.
Man, that was hilarious. Dude been hanging out with Gunther. He been hanging out with Gunther.
I like I said, the match was so. So my 1 through 5, I'm only gonna give it I give it a 3.
I agree. I give it a 3.
Just give it a 3.
The ending boosted that.
Yeah, the ending is what everybody likes about that match. Well, I mean, like about that segment of the show that Dominic turned on his dad. Wonder what's gonna happen on Raw.
On Raw, he's probably gonna have to give an explanation. I can see Ray coming out
because he didn't join Judgment Day.
No,
he walked out.
But you see, I don't know what this explanation gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be, Dad, I'm tired of you holding me down. Because normally that's kind of where they go. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Or I think he felt some type of way too about Edge being put in the match instead of him. Because he felt like, they're the Mysterios. Why are you using Edge? So if you look at the facial expressions and listen to some of the verbiage that they were having, even when they were talking about the match, he felt some type of way about that. So I don't know. It could be looked at as a family squabble. It could be looked at as, Dad, I need to do this on my own. You hold me back. It's going to be interesting to see where they go.
Very interesting. All right.
And this was after a victory, too. They won the match.
Yeah.
Ray and Edge won the match. But, that wasn't... Yeah, they lost in the end, though.
Yeah. So, before we go to the next match, they was doing WWE was showing throughout the show like Tyson Fury, Leon Edwards was there. So Tyson Fury, he gonna come into play later on, in a hilarious way. And then they also showed him like talking to Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
in the back. So there was a rumor. I want to say it was a rumor like 6 months ago to a year ago about Tyson Fury doing something with WWE.
Yeah, they say he was supposed to come back. I mean, the whole, I don't know, man. He did his thing before, but I ain't really too high on seeing the Gypsy King in the ring again. Just to be real with you, I want to see him just as much. I want to see Vasquez back in there. I mean,
oh man.
I'm just saying, I don't want to see that. I'm not he don't do it for me.
All right. Well, next match was Seth freaking Rollins versus Matt Riddle. Not just Riddle.
Matt Riddle.
My boy got his name back. Just like Austin Theory got his name back.
Man, look here. This match, now I'm going to go ahead and jump the gun and get this a 4.
Okay.
Already, because
4.1 for me.
Because it did exactly what it was supposed to do. They hyped it up the right way. They showed the footage back, let you know how it got personal. And that's pretty much what tipped the scale, because you knew this wasn't just going to be a wrestling match. It's going to be a fight. And them boys got at it.
Well, let me tell you one thing I didn't like. And I don't want to be one of them people that like, man, there's always somebody don't like nothing, So on Monday night, right, when, Seth Rollins called out Matt Riddle, like talking about his family and say your wife and kids don't want to see your little You know what I'm saying? And Matt Riddle, where you? I'm gonna mess you up, bro. Well, he said the L word.
Yeah.
Quit playing games. So you're mad, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna take a situation. Let's say me and you are on FaceTime.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And you say stuff to me that makes me mad at you. I'm like, man, you know what, Tez? That's why I don't like you. Or, you know what I'm saying? Let's say we say the same thing that they said on FaceTime. When the next time I see you, do you think I'm going to be rolling in with a scooter, happy, giving the fans high fives, or giving people high fives, and then jumping in the ring? Or do you think I'm going to be coming down with a serious face because I'm ready to whoop?
Yeah, you're going to come down with a serious face. The entrance is definitely going to reflect the attitude.
Like, and him and Bianca Belair, you kind of share that same sentiment. Doesn't matter how serious the feud is, she's coming down, shaking her hair, and he's coming down with a scooter. Like, we just seen you, like, I'm a whoop you up, bro. Keep playing it. Breathing loud and, mad. hot. And then you get here and you on the scooter smiling, getting high fives. It's just one of the things I hate about that. Like, go and look at some of the old wrestling, and when two people had a problem.
Oh yeah, it was serious. Mainly, if you look at like a Stone Cold
in The Rock, they didn't come down. Like maybe Rock came down, did his, did John the rope and raise the eyebrow.
But he would look back. Yeah, he would look back and have a mean look.
It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? This kind of my beef, and that's mainly my beef with Bianca Belair. By the way,
that she happy, overly happy,
too happy. This matchup. Like, I understand, like, at WrestleMania and all that, and even SummerSlam, but, like, when she being, like, these, heart infused, like, where Bailey's about to take it.
Yeah.
Like, they could probably beat her down all 4 weeks leading up to Extreme Rules, and she'll still come in there shaking her hair, smiling. It's just not real to me.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, I get the kids and stuff, but sometimes you gotta show like a serious side. But that's my only gripe. Like, I know I kind of got off the topic, but that's my only gripe.
I mean, it's a legitimate gripe. I mean, because it is. It's one of those things. And my daughter and son remind me of this all the time. When we watch old footage and then we watch today's product, like, they weren't around for those days. So even from watching it, they can feel the emotion and they can feel the intensity come from the performers, because that's what they did and they did it well. From the entrances to the matches, it's like you knew if somebody hated somebody. Like, y'all remember when Stone Cold ran down to the ring and he started stumping Bret out?
I was going to say something about that match. That WrestleMania match. If you remember, Stone Cold came out with all business. Bret Hart, you remember Bret Hart used to give the glasses to the kid and all that?
Yeah.
Smile. If you remember that match, that I Quit match at WrestleMania, he gave the kids the glasses, no smiling though.
Yeah.
Gave the kids the glasses and walked off.
Yeah.
Because he knew, okay, like this ain't a regular Bret Hart match. I'm about to go in there with Stone Cold, and we about to have an I Quit match. We about to beat the crap out of each other. So let's reflect that. Like, if that was Bianca Belair, she's still whipping the hair and all of that. Like, it's just not serious. So that's my only gripe.
It's like, get mad.
Like, be mad.
Get mad and stay mad.
Exactly.
Because, I mean...
It's like they only get into, like, the main event guys.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see Roman and Drew coming in there happy.
Oh, no. There ain't no smiling. Drew might still do his little,
he still wasn't smiling.
Yeah, he ain't smiling. He's not a smiling baby face.
Business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, that's my only gripe. So, that match was pretty good. It did everything I thought it would do. Those two performed the way I thought they would perform.
Yeah.
So,
that ending, though.
Yeah.
That stomp from the top rope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's how you put somebody away.
Yes, sir.
And he meant it.
Yes, sir.
And that's how you bounce back from the only man in your family is your wife. That's how you bounce back from that.
Thank you. Next match, and it was the main event of the evening. Coming from Cardiff. My boy. My tribal chief. My head of the table. Roman Reigns. The unified WWE champion.
Man.
Going against Drew McIntyre.
This dude came in. Now let's go ahead.
Before you start, Roman, I acknowledge you.
Oh, I acknowledge you too. We already know. And he walked in there with no backup. Walked in there with no Paul Heyman. No Usos. He came out by himself. I was like, okay, this finna be real interesting now. And they got in and they did work.
That match, I'm not gonna lie to you. There was moments I was watching that match, I thought Drew was gonna win that match.
Oh yeah, it was coming. It was definitely coming. And that the way they he even speared him.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute, what?
I just knew Drew was about to win that match.
It was built up. Like, if y'all remember, even in the entrance, they brought back the Broken Dreams.
Oh.
Bruh, they brought back the old entrance, the chosen one.
Anyway.
It's all right. Everybody go into that mode and they start singing it, man.
That was my song. I used to, when I had Raw versus SmackDown.
Yeah.
This was my entrance.
Doom, 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 doom. Yeah.
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
That was my entrance.
That was the jam.
Boy, I used prime time. But anyway.
That's when the ratchet side come out.
Yeah.
Y'all already know what it is.
Yo. Yeah.
Brooklyn.
The match was great to me. I would give it a 4.5. It's just not gonna get to the level of I'm about to say Walter. It's not gonna get to the level of Gunther and Sheamus for me because of the hard hitting. But it was a 4.5 for me. That was my grade.
It was a good back and forth. It was solid. And of course, Roman won the way Roman does win all the time.
His other cousin,
yes. Solo Sikoa. Man, I didn't see that coming.
His cousin grabbed the ref and distracted, and Roman got the spear and got the win. And the Bloodline has a new member added on, which just scare people.
Yeah. That's because they didn't need it. It's like you got all the guns, but we just gonna add one more big gun just because. It's like now to me, because what Solo can now go after the Intercontinental title. So,
Who's about to go after
Gunther? I
I
mean,
don't know. He want his chest looking like hamburger meat.
Imagine Imperium versus the Bloodline, though. Imagine that rivalry. That right there has the potential to be.
I can see Solo and the Usos going against Imperium.
Yeah.
I don't see Roman I can see Roman just handle it.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
Yeah. And that was a good show. By the way, Austin Theory, please stop, man. Like, you're not cashing in that money in the
A-Town down.
Dude, when they both were down and I heard that music, I was so hyped. We were like, no way. And then Tyson Fury just knocks him out.
Austin Theory, I think his whole thing with this Money in the Bank briefcase is going to be the fact that he can never cash it in. And he might end up losing it when he does cash it in. Like, it may be...
Look, man. Austin Theory, I like Austin Theory, so I hope I really hope they don't do that with Austin Theory. I like him.
But he's not, right now, he ain't taking it off Roman. I mean, Roman is your only champion, so he ain't taking it off Roman. That ain't about to happen. So, you gonna have to do something to keep it going until you ready for the belt to be taken off. And if they go in the direction that we think they going for WrestleMania, he gonna either take it off Roman or he gonna take it off The Rock.
But I'm also hearing they trying to give Roman back to one title. They're trying to do the USA still want a champion on their show.
I mean, they need that.
So I'm still hearing that Roman Reigns gonna get one of them titles knocked off. I just don't know how.
I thought, I know that's extra travel for him, but I thought that with him carrying both belts that he was gonna show up on both shows.
No, because remember, he just signed a contract that he's only gonna be on limited shows. He's only gonna be on so they just signed a contract, remember? He did a new contract that he's not gonna be. Remember that house show he had, and he told the fan I probably ain't gonna see y'all at the little house shows and all at the small towns, but so he's not gonna be at every show.
Yeah,
and then to tell you the truth, Fox is a bigger priority than USA Network because Fox is the one that paying them that $1 billion.
Oh yeah,
and it's SmackDown's their number one show. I know everybody used to Raw being the number one show, but SmackDown's their number one show.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know, man. I really, I don't know. If they took it off him on Raw, who would you put it on?
I don't know. Ain't they supposed to have a draft soon?
That's true. It's draft season.
Yeah.
But still, like, who would you put it on?
Well, it depends on his draft.
Because, I mean, even if you look at both rosters, if you had to choose one Raw champion right now,
what would happen if Drew went to Raw and Karrion Kross went to Raw too? But I don't see them going to Raw. I see them staying on SmackDown.
I'll put it on Kross.
Yeah.
I'll put it on Karrion Kross. Kross's character.
Braun Strowman's coming back. The Fiend is coming back.
Man, I just need some type of confirmation that the Fiend is here, because I was ready for that at Clash of the Castle, but they could have done without the whole Fury serenading Drew at the end of the show after he lost. They could have done
Tyson.
Yeah, Tyson Fury. They could have done with
Fury. I'm going to say Fury.
Yeah, they could have done without all that, but and I was waiting. I was like, okay, they're wasting a whole lot of time. Then he's like, we still in the air? Okay, cool. I was waiting on them lights to go out. Ain't nothing happened.
Well,
but that was another
overall. Now, what would you give the whole show?
1 through 5.
You can go 1 through 10 on this one.
1 through 10.
I'm giving it an 8.
7.5.
7.5.
7.5. Mainly because, again, it was a glorified house show. That's basically what it was. Like, as far as matches, the match quality and the majority.
No one lost. Yep.
Yeah, it was like one of those, all right, what's the payoff? Like, you got a few stories that's going to progress forward with different storylines. You got a storyline payoff, but it's just kind of like, all right, no belts change hands, no major surprises. It was just a show to put on overseas that hadn't been there since 92, 30-something years.
Yeah.
And, they gave them what they came for. Yeah. It was a good show.
Good show. Well, that would be the show, ladies and gentlemen. I still love pro wrestling. ... I think.
Don't forget the dots.
Like, comment, subscribe, man. And this is CL Cool.
And it's your boy, CEWZ.
And we out.